What's going on, everybody? Your boy Man up here. I was sent this video, and I guess the crazy part about it is I never talked about this. I've heard women talk about it. This is what they're gonna do so they can have kids at a later age. They can focus on their career, blah blah blah. But when I was sent this video, I actually was sent two videos about this. Now, I don't want to make this a super long video, so I'm going to just talk about this first part, Then I'm going to let the second video play all the way out. But people should know nothing in life is 100% guaranteed. Anything that is man-made, anything that is man-manufactured, nothing in life is 100% guaranteed. And I'm saying this because people love to go against what they know to be the right thing to do, but because they want to be selfish and do the things that they want to do first, instead of doing what they know they should be doing. And in this case, I'm not telling you that you should or should not be freezing your eggs. That is 100% all on you. Now, I don't like the Kardashians at all. Not one single bit. But I do like, what Kourtney is saying right here. She is 100% correct. People don't talk about the downfalls of everything. They love to talk about how great everything is. People don't give you the whole entire picture for you to decide. They just tell you, oh man, I did this and it worked and this and that. Yeah, but they ain't telling you the downside. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let this video play. Then I'm going to come back and give you my opinion.
I had 7 frozen eggs from years ago before Travis. When I was 38 or 39, everyone was like pushing me to do that. And most of mine didn't survive the thaw because eggs are one cell and then none of them made it to an embryo. The freezing of the eggs isn't guaranteed. And I think that that's like a misunderstanding, is like people do it thinking that it's like a safety net, and then it's not. Whatever's meant to be, we have a full blessed life and I'm happy. All the things that came along with IVF.
Okay. Now that y'all done heard that, a lot of things that people don't talk about as well too is that a lot of the frozen eggs don't take. A lot of y'all frozen eggs might take, but you might not survive the pregnancy. Well, not you, but the baby might not survive the pregnancy. And here's another one. Sometimes the baby could be born with a lot of birth defects or have health complications as well too. Now, there is a second video that I'm going to play. It's going to be related to what Kourtney here was talking about. But Dr. OBGYN or whatever she is, she's going to come up here and she's going to say exactly everything. And I think this does need to be pushed more. Instead of telling everybody the good things that goes on with this, I think it needs to be pushed out there, the whole picture, not just the good, the bad too. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody never tells you about the bad parts of anything. They only tell you about the good and say, yeah, you need to do this because I did this and this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. But you never tell nobody about the success rate, about what could possibly happen, stuff like that. And then if they are one of those that it doesn't work out for, people get upset. So let me go ahead and get to the next video so y'all can go ahead and see exactly everything I'm talking about.
I had 7 frozen eggs from years ago before Travis. When I was 38 or 39, everyone was like pushing me to do that. And most of mine didn't survive the thaw because eggs are one cell and then none of them made it to an embryo.
Dr. Lucky Seacon, OBGYN and fertility specialist. Now, my jaw literally dropped to the ground with this next thing that she said, because for once in my life, I actually agree with something that Kourtney Kardashian had to say about fertility.
The freezing of the
Yeah, me too. I think this is the only time I ever agree with any of the Kardashians. Let's go ahead.
Isn't guaranteed, and I think that that's like a misunderstanding. Is like people do it thinking that it's like a safety net, and then it's not.
This is what a mature egg looks like. And when you freeze an egg and go to thaw it out, not every egg will survive the thaw. In general, it's going to depend on the clinic where you're doing the egg freezing, so you should always ask them about their statistics. But more importantly, age and the related egg quality can also influence the thaw survival rate. In my experience, patients in their late 20s, early 30s can experience thaw survival rates that are close to 100%, in the 90s. In general, average rates tend to be in the 80% range, but it really depends on your individual situation. The next step in using your thawed eggs is to fertilize them with sperm directly. And this is what fertilized eggs look like. 70 to 80% of eggs on average will fertilize successfully. And that's talking about frozen eggs or even eggs that are retrieved and fertilized right away. Not every egg is guaranteed to fertilize. Of the eggs that actually fertilize successfully, we then grow them, and this is what they look like day 3 after fertilization. They have 8 to 10 cells. And then by day 5, 6, or 7, they separate out into these 2 cell type cells that become the baby cells that become the placenta. And it takes a lot to get there. Only about 60% on average of fertilized eggs will make it to this embryo stage. And this is just the inefficiency of human reproduction. It has nothing to do with the egg freezing itself. So this is why the number of eggs you have frozen is of utmost importance, because not every egg will survive the thaw, fertilize, and grow into an embryo. Not to mention, depending on the age of the eggs, when you froze, a certain proportion of the resulting embryos are going to be genetically abnormal versus normal. And so that really depends on the age you were when you froze your eggs. And then every single normal embryo that you have should have about a 2/3 chance of actually implanting and resulting in a live birth. So this is why the 2 most important factors dictating your chance of a successful live birth from your frozen eggs are how many mature eggs you started with that you froze and how old you were when you froze your eggs. She was 39 when she froze her eggs, and she froze 7 eggs. She was 39, almost 40. And over 40, it is a well-known fact that you need lots of eggs to be frozen to overcome the age-related changes that happen. This is why I say at 35, it's good to aim for 15 to 20 at a minimum. At 38, 20 to 25. And over 40, maybe 30. I mean, you're going to need more. And if you're in a position where it's not possible to get that many, it's still not a waste, because every egg has potential. But it's important for you to go into this eyes wide open that it is certainly never a guarantee of future fertility. And the more you have and the younger you do it, the better the outcome.
Yes, 100% facts. And that's with any and everything. Do your research. Get all the facts. Don't just listen to the good parts. Get all the facts. So I'm glad she said this, because a lot of people don't do that. And I'm not just talking about egg freezing right now. I'm talking about anything. When you're going to go get a job, when you're going to go buy a car, buy a house, when you want to start a new diet. I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, get all the facts and make your decision based on that. Don't think just because it was successful for this one person, it's going to be successful for you. No, everybody's body is different, mind is different, health is different, all of that good stuff is different. So I don't understand, why would you even go into something thinking, oh yeah, because this woman did it and it worked for her, that's just her. Now I'm back talking about the freezing of the eggs. That's her. I'm not saying it won't work for you, but that's her. Don't think that, it's going to work for you. Go in with the mindset of knowing I have a 50-50 chance of this working out. That's how you should do it. And then I really think y'all women are selfish with this, because you only want to focus on you, knowing by you going to go thaw your eggs, that means you want to have a child. So why would you want to be selfish like that? You see what I'm saying? So you want to have a child, oh, I'm going to do this here first. Then, no, that's not the way God intended it. And I know y'all want to do the things the way you feel is best, but the way we feel is best obviously ain't working. So, something to think about.